guys, welcome back to Mums and Melanin. I'm Debbie.
I'm Takoni.
I'm Tumba. And I'm Ayola.
And today, I'm going to be asking you a simple question. Can you subscribe? I know we've been asking you, and we thank you so much. We got to the 500, we even surpassed it. You guys are fantastic. And now we faced our front. Let's face the next. Can we get to 1,000 subscribers or
Come
what?
on.
Can you help us? Like, we're trying to achieve something here. We're trying to build a community. We want you to be a part of it. So help us. So now that's out of the way, today's topic is, are modern women too masculine? What are we doing here? Are we doing our WWE wrestling? Are we like, do we need to go back to the kitchen? Like, what's happening here? Are we beating up our husbands? God forbid that. What's the situation? What's your thoughts?
Do you know what? I understand where the thought comes from in terms of modern women being too masculine. However, with the way the world has gone, economy and the rest of it, we've had to kind of like stand on our feet a bit more than previous years where, you know, women were at home with the kids. The economy is such that it's not even possible, like right in this current climate. Obviously it happens, but it's hard for one income to be doing everything in a household. So I think it's on the back of money. Like, I think finances kind of like build this kind of like idea around about masculinity. And because a woman is earning, and she's probably doing, you know, you want to do well, you be earning, you're not going to go and, well, some women want to just work in a nursery and they're fine. Some women really want to go high to these kind of like powerful roles. And where feminism has also played a role in us getting and being able to achieve that, it comes across as masculine. We're in high, you know, earning jobs where women are dictating and telling men what to do. You know what I mean? So in a way, it transfers back into the home where the man may take more of a back seat or more of an equal footing with the woman. So I don't know, like I agree, I don't agree with it. I understand where it kind of comes from, but at the same time, it is what it is. Like, we're not masculine, it's just...
I think that men have become... No, let me not say that. Actually, no, I do think on one hand, I think men have become more feminine, so to speak, which has made way for women to become more masculine. And I say that because if a man is doing and behaving in the way that he should, or that is deemed masculine, there's no room for the woman to enter and act in the same way. Do you know what I mean? Like, because the role's already been filled. Perfect. Okay. It automatically, prompts the woman to act in her feminine because, okay, he's doing the masculine. Let me take my position and do the feminine.
That's the reason why I take it back to money and economy, because... But no, I don't... If a man is doing everything, so he's the breadwinner, like, you know, like back in the day, he's doing everything, you're home with the kids, you're more likely to be more feminine.
No, let me tell you why I don't agree with that.
He's taking a lead.
Statement. Because a man can still take a lead. It's not so much the financial element, because a woman can be earning more than a man and still be the feminine, so to speak, because he's taking the position. He's doing everything. So he's working, bearing in mind, for a man to be a man, he needs to be working, he needs to provide, he needs to protect. If he's doing all of these things and he's doing it to a decent standard, the fact that you're working and you're bringing in more money or the same amount of money even is a bonus. It does not mean that you now can take my role. It just means that, all right, cool, you're contributing. Perfect, great. That's no reason for you to now become masculine.
Do you know what? I understand you and what you're saying, but I think most women, with that in the back of their mind, it's going to affect the way they are at home and with their husband or with their man.
Again, it
shouldn't. Yeah, because they're earning more. Like that's what they say, isn't it?
Again, that's the man. So then, for some reason, she feels that she can speak in a certain way, and for some reason,
not even to speak. It's just speak,
behave, whatever, portray, whatever the terminology we want to use. But he's also allowing for that. He's made that space for her to step in and say, actually, we're going to do it this way because I earned the amount and blah, blah, blah. Nice. If a man is firm in his stance and he's the breadwinner and he's doing whatever he needs to do, there's no room for the woman to come in and take your masculinity. I'm so sorry.
I feel like we're talking about men and women in a very stereotypical manner.
We are.
And I find it hard to kind of
to comprehend. Okay,
yeah, like
fine.
it's not really sitting right with me, because you get some people, for example, I've been working in surveying for many years. It's a male dominated industry, but there's a lot of women in STEM these days, right? There's girls who just love building and like being on construction sites, and they just like what you call
that's in push with the feminism kind of pushing for equality.
No.
Because before it wouldn't be men doing that job.
The access of being able to do it is from the feminine
Yeah,
drive, or
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Equality.
Equality,
Thank you very much.
yeah.
However, the desire was always there. That person was always that person. Yeah? So this is why when they didn't have an outlet for it. But it doesn't mean they weren't someone who just enjoyed these things. But like you said, tradition and, you know, growing up in the traditional days didn't allow them to explore that side of them. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a male role. So when we're saying things like, oh, you know, if the man's doing what the man needs to do, then the woman will naturally be feminine, I don't get it, because it doesn't...
And I guess...
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't really compute for
and I think...
feminine. It's feminine... Are you only feminine when you
let's
clean and follow all the roles?
No, we're taking it in the concept that it's been brought to us, right? So stereotypical man being masculine, woman being feminine. Let's just keep it on that very...
But let's break it down. Because even me, I'm getting confused.
Okay, go on.
No, but I'm asking you.
What do you want to break down?
Break down this. What does that look like?
Okay, so like I said, the man providing, protecting, he's working, he's the breadwinner. Fine.
Yes.
He's head of the household. The woman...
And not only... So on top of that, he has like the say. He's the one that says like has the final say, basically. Like traditionally, let's just think of it how it was, where men were the man. That he was the man.
Yeah,
he was
right.
And women were quiet. They stayed at home.
They were.
That's what they say. That's what they say.
It's reality. It is.
Women were literally traditional women were well seen to be more quiet. They yes sir, no sir, stay cook and clean with the kids, and it was very much that. So the man was allowed to exert that masculinity, whereas now I feel like no matter what, because women are, I kind of get it, where because women are in these positions, it brings on a certain characteristic. Even though they may have had an interest, they didn't know what they were, you know, like they didn't go into surveying or building and stuff like that. So now being in building and working with men, you're gonna bring an assertive way about you. You're gonna you're gonna adopt that. It doesn't, in your personality, in you.
But I just feel like...
It doesn't have to be. Of course, it doesn't have to be. But I'm talking very general, like very general. Like I feel this is how it's seen. This is how most people see it.
For me, I feel like when men are threatened by it, it's born out of insecurity.
100%.
It's like, for instance, now,
and that's where the feminine behavior comes out.
Weddings, right? And someone would be, the bride would be like, oh, I don't want anybody to outshine me. It's because you're insecure. Because if you were as bad as you should be on your wedding day, no one can try. Wear your best, wear your A20, wherever you want to wear your best, you can't outshine me because I'm top tier. And I feel like men should have that feeling. Do you understand? Like really, if you're doing what you need to do, there's no one that can take your role.
But then
the world
have pushed. Women have fought. They've cried. They've shed blood for femininity, feminism, and equal rights.
What does that mean? It doesn't mean you don't have a place.
That's how they've seen it.
Then maybe they should evaluate and look. Maybe I'm not bringing. No, but it's true.
Yeah.
Maybe you're not bringing what you need to bring to the table. Yeah. Because previously generations, it's been handed to you. Whether you could whether you bathed or didn't bath, or whether you could lead or had any wisdom at all, you were seen as important.
It's true.
Even if you were a fool.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Because you're a man.
Because you're a man, you know, blah, blah, blah. Now it's not like that. Now you have to earn it. You have to know what you have to be able to lead us somewhere. You have to have a vision, a plan. You have to have income. You have to have
are women too masculine based on that?
No. To me, I think that
women have evolved and men have not.
Exactly. But also, another angle is from single women. If you have all of this going for you, you're established as yourself, you have your own shit together. What man is coming into your space to tell you anything?
A man,
but it's not about
but this is
the fact that he felt he needs to come and tell you something. If you want to get to know me, we're gonna do this. That's
just
different.
add to what. Just
everyone,
no, it's
man
not.
or woman.
But what women?
But okay,
I guess the thought is that women are less likely to listen. when they're like, what is the bar for men to now reach to impress a woman or to stand out to her is very high. It's higher than what it was, because now it's not just being a breadwinner. Women have established. Women have established 100%.
Don't come and be talking about.
I agree.
I can't mess with girls like you, man. What? Because you're independent. What?
Yeah.
No,
This independent woman is basically the modern woman.
Show me that you two are a man.
Because
I'll show you that I'm a woman.
But in their minds, it's like the woman needs to be dependent on a man. That's why that's the thought, and that's why if you're not dependent on a man, it's like you're masculine.
But if
you understand? Exactly.
Depending on a man, they'll tell you a gold digger. Like,
this
you
is
won't
it.
Win. If you want to be independent, they'll be telling you, oh, what, because you don't need a man now. Okay. But when I'm saying go babes,
sorry,
they're
it
telling me,
depends on
oh,
the kind of
because of
guy.
money.
We're talking about a particular type of guy here. Let's be honest. Like, it depends on the kind of guy. If it's a guy making a lot of money and the woman's making a lot of money, they're not going to say, oh, it's because you're making a lot of money. Do you know what I mean? Because money's no longer a threat to them.
The guys
so remember, it depends on
in our region.
There's still guys in our region that make money.
They make money. You're right. But the ridiculousness of what I've been told now, I've lost my train of thought. I can't even think of it.
Listen, they might cut the video.
They might end it quickly.
I can't remember what I was going to say that. I'm so annoyed. My stance remains the same. If you're a man and you know you want a woman, just know that you need to have your shit together.
But at what level? Because a man might be going and he's doing his good job.
Doing your good job.
And facing his partner, but by himself.
Have your mental together.
Work at Greg's.
I don't care where you work.
So the girl that's working in surveying, will she go look at a guy that's working in Greg's? Of course, I understand. But
sorry, okay, go on.
On a rare occasion, you're right. Generally,
it's not a general.
But I'm saying,
I agree. I know what you're saying.
It's possible, like for it.
And the guy's trying his best.
Bearing in mind, right? Just because this is your current does not mean that is your future.
100%.
If you're a woman, bear in mind, it's a woman that will build a man up. Let's be all the way clear.
Support system.
Behind every successful man is a what? A smart woman. Hello.
Yeah, she had it smart. Isn't it a good woman? What is the saying? What is the saying?
Listen.
Behind every successful man is a good woman.
Can I lie?
Something like that.
I said smart. Hello.
Smart. Okay, yes. So take
smart.
smart.
Woman will build your man so that Greg's that you started at is a,
But the fact that the woman should be building, traditionally the man should be building the woman.
No. A woman, traditionally, it's the woman that will build a man. Don't you know?
No, she supports him,
exactly,
but not building him.
No.
You're not helping him get from Greg's to...
Hello.
I think the kids are in the room.
Yeah. She's in the class. How many times did I call you? That's what she wants to say.
Be careful, baby.
But what I'm saying is, traditionally, it's the woman that will put her life on hold and support the man's dreams. When the man gets away, and maybe I'm likening this to all the films, Diary of a Mad Black Woman and all them films there. You know what I'm saying? Like, so even Mary J. Blige's song, 11 Years I Sacrificed.
Yeah, women.
Yeah, that's sad.
It's sad, but that's
women do a lot.
But you know
they do a lot.
You've seen that black artwork, where the couple are like intertwined and they're cheating at each other.
I love this. Go on, keep it going.
Couples are into
I love it. Come on.
We don't know that.
Do you know that?
Nah, babes. Not with this one to you, sorry.
I'll show it to you afterwards. Maybe we can get it inserted or something. But basically, I think that you should be building each other, isn't it?
Exactly.
That's the aim.
That's the aim.
That's the aim.
I think personally, the men that are sitting down complaining is because really you don't want to do better. You can't do better. So I'm sorry. You shouldn't laugh, So stars and stars. We can do that. But then, because I've met guys that are like, a guy says to me, he's trying to build up his assets, trying to build up his asset class. And I was like, why? Because he's like the type of girl he wants. He needs to be a high value man. See, he's clocked it.
But that's it.
People want what
the high value man. This is it.
To put in the work to get.
Facts.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
You
Facts.
want someone that actually you just want to have no job, no nothing.
But then
and complain that.
But when you think about the population, how many men are of this percentage of high value men? They're not many.
No, but my friend is trying to get there because he knows the woman he wants.
Yeah. No, I understand that.
I think that's
so
the
right
right
way
to
to
think
think
about. You can't just be complaining.
And are not trying to get there. They're
That's
comfortable
where the
in the
problem is,
region that they're in.
And they're dating girls that they're trying to put women down because it's a complex, like you said.
Yeah.
When a woman's working and girls, we really tried, Women have come a long way. We really tried, We've come a long way.
I love it.
So men, I think that's the struggle, and that's where the discussions come around women being masculine and the rest of it. Like,
I think if you come from two different worlds, or you live in two different worlds. So, for example, one has no ambition, one has ambition. Then, of course, the person with ambition is going to take the drive in the home. Do you know what I mean? If you choose to marry into that, or you choose to stay in that type of relationship, that's what you choose. Do you know what I mean? You can't now say, I'm too masculine, you're too masculine, you need to calm down, when realistically, one of us has the strength. And I think in this reality and this, new age or whatever, people work to each other's strengths and each other's skills. That's what's sensible. Unfortunately, some people just want their right as a man, and they still kind of carry on these traditional values that they weren't even alive to see. And what I don't, but they kind of just carry it. Yeah. Fair enough. But then as a woman, when you see them traits, it's red flags. You run. You don't wait and then let them start calling you too masculine. You and who? Where is your masculinity? Brother, go back to where you're coming from. But do you know what I'm saying? It's an agreement, isn't it? That two will come into a relationship. Yeah. I need to assess, am I okay with the way you think? Am I okay with the way you see things? Do you think I'm going to be overstepping if I decide that let's have a meeting? And then you need to decide, can I live in that? Because there's equally men who are not forward thinkers, and they're very chill, they're very laid back, they're very, do you know what, whatever you think, I'm good with it, and that's naturally them. I'm not going to say they're not masculine enough per se.
Yeah, exactly.
They can still be the head of the household.
Yeah,
exactly. But then the woman's character also allow him to be masculine or not.
Facts.
Because someone that's chilled, they'll either walk on your head and step on your neck, or they'll say, do you know what? Even though I know you're cool, sorry, the fashion's a lot. Even though I know, it's true though. There's men that are so chilled that they get walked over. And there's men that get respected even in their chillness.
Yeah.
So the characters of both parties matter. Yeah. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And that's terminologies like this come when two people should have never been in the same space. I think that's my conclusion.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Like, I literally have been watching quite a bit on YouTube, Pearly things, mainly that she talks about a lot of. She interviews loads of people and talks a lot about, women being more masculine than men, and men being there's men that are more feminine and alpha males and the high value man and stuff like that. But even when you talk about ambition, women are not meant to be ambitious.
Yeah, but it's not funny.
Who said that? Traditionally. Who said that?
Yeah, unfortunately. Traditionally, but in the same breath, traditionally, men are not supposed to wake up and feed your baby when your baby's waking up and crying. Traditionally, you're not supposed to be in the kitchen.
And they don't want to.
Your wife is on her period.
What they want is a woman. What men want. Well, these modern. What these modern men think that they want. Some of them.
Sorry. Context, isn't it? Yeah.
Is a woman that's going to be this traditional, not much ambition, just goes to do whatever.
Because there's many dolls in the market.
Can you go and buy?
They didn't live at that time. They're only hearing the story.
Exactly.
It sounds lovely, innit?
And that's what I realized
that
everything is on your head.
You
right.
You alone.
Exactly.
You one single person.
It's true.
Ojo, coffee, Jack, Michael, whatever your name is. You one person will have to pay for everything.
Exactly.
That school fee, that nursery fee that they're charging the same price as rent, it's on your head. On top now, that rent alone, that to live in the house, it's on your head. Yeah. We need food. The children need pampers. Me too, I need pads. Everything is on your head.
Me too, I need pads.
We're doing a favor.
But that's what I'm saying. The economy has made it that we've had to work. That's the only reason why, one of the reasons why women were pushed into the workforce. The economy was just mad. Yeah. Like, we needed it. And obviously once we got in, we were like, wow, this is great. And we pushed and pushed and pushed.
I'm not gonna lie, I do feel for women, like the traditional aged women who day in, day out, all you see is the four walls of your house. Like, all you do is...
love it. Some people do.
Yeah, but it's different when it's by choice. And back in the day, it wasn't by choice. It was the way.
But they didn't know anything else.
Anything different.
So what would they
it was a rare thing.
Your heart, man, you know when this is
don't like it, you don't like it.
You don't have a choice, but it's you don't like it. Do you know what I mean? And I feel for people like that, because some people are naturally very ambitious, or they're driven, or they're good planners, even though they've never really... There's people that you find have never been to school, but they're just very good at solving problems. Do you know what I mean? They've never been in a class.
And when you check it, those traditional women that were at home with the kids, they were brilliant at something in the home. Either they were sewing, or they were making like furniture in the home, or whatever. They were still doing.
For me, is that when you don't allow that gift to grow in this modern age, even if you want this kind of family where the wife sits at home and your wife is okay with it, or your partner or girlfriend or whatever, if she finds something that she wants to do, but you want to do headstrong, you're not allowed to do anything. That's where manipulation comes in. That's where, for me, that's another red flag.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there's restrictions. I lost my term, but there should be, regulations around this and ways that we should look at it that's still balanced.
Yeah, you still get an outlet.
Yeah.
I think so. Following on from the masculine women is like that concept of like black women being really independent. So, and I think a lot of it is when men are calling women like independent, masculine. I don't know whether I thought for most of these men, they're not men that are actually looking for like, you want to marry the woman, you want a long-term relationship, you want to like really build a life with this woman. It's easy to say it from afar, but really it's something that the woman hasn't chosen to be. Life's made her that. Do you understand? Life's made her that. 100%. And if you love her enough, you can work it out with her. Does that make sense? Yeah. So I was listening to a snippet of a podcast. If you don't follow us on Instagram, we post snippets too. So, but yeah, I was listening to a snippet of a podcast. And Tim Ross was saying that his wife, like, how she grew up, like, she was like the elder, she was really independent. So when they first started dating, like, she'd just hop into his car and he'd be like, no, like, I want to open the door for you. And she's like, wow, I can open my own door. She'd hop in. But obviously, now they've been together for like 20 plus years. But with time, he kept on doing it every time. And he'd be like, no, pause, let me do it, let me do it.
You can work it back into...
You can rely on this person. Now, he goes, when they park up, she sits in the car, she don't open the door.
Good.
Just touching it.
Good.
Because he's been consistent.
Yes.
And he's shown her that actually I can carry this burden.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Like, even me, like, I feel like I'm an independent person. My mum passed away. Like, I feel like I do everything myself. But the other day I was thinking of something and I was like, let me talk to Francis first. I kind of thought, what kind of a person are you now? You're like, I'm a child. I can't even make a decision. You know, let me just call him this hear his point of view. Do you understand?
Yeah.
But that's taken 13 years.
Yeah. And you know that he would appreciate, like, as being a man.
He was like, oh, you want to pay the do it yourself. And I can do it myself, do you understand? But now I can trust you enough to actually, we can do it together.
Yeah.
So I feel like a lot of these things, people don't want to like, have long term and really get in the trenches. These things can be worked out. Like,
very
it's
true.
not the end of the world.
Yeah.
You can grow together, you can work together. It's about, I think, finding the root of it as well.
Yeah, I think it's a threat.
And then also not taking advantage of it as well. Because it's very easy, and men have that fear that it's like, if I now open the door, soon you're gonna climb on my head because yesterday I was rushing to go wee, I didn't open the door, hell's broken loose. No, but it's true, because when you get so used to being pampered in a particular way, you now have a problem when one day it's missed. Do you know what I mean? So we still have to be balanced and just be reasonable as people. But go on, babe.
Now, I was just going to say, in terms of the independent women, I think it poses a threat to men. It feels like there's no space. So if a woman can do everything, then what is the point of man, right? Yeah. So, but like you're saying, I agree with in terms of working it back into her. Like I think if you do see a woman long term, like this is who I'm going to stay with, you can. I feel definitely, and I think the men is within themselves to exert that power. That it's already your man, isn't it? Like do it. You don't need to wait for space.
Beyonce doesn't need to announce that she's Beyonce. She just walks in and it's just your boss. Just be your boss self, and things will. Do you understand? There's value you should be able to add just because of who you are. Like no one should have to give you the role. You have the role already. So I do think it's that insecurity, I don't know, confidence, I don't know what. There's something there. And they mask it as confidence and masculinity, but really I think it's the complete opposite.
Yeah, I guess it's a threat. There's no space, but there's no space for them. Like what is their purpose if a woman is...
the space. Should be your boss. If you're that bad, isn't it?
Very true, I like that one.
And if you can't make this space and it's not going to work for you, turn around and keep it moving. One thing I don't like, why are we fighting battles we don't need to fight? If it's not gonna work.
But I guess the reason why
more fish in the sea.
But the reason why this is a conversation and it's quite a popular one now is because there's not many fish in the sea. Men are actually finding it hard. Women are finding it hard to get in relationships right now.
I know.
The dating world is crazy.
I'm not gonna lie, I think
based
a lot of
on
people
this.
look in the same place for different things. And I know that's quite a blunt statement, but a lot of people, if you speak to them, if you look in the same place for something different,
100%,
it's going to be quite hard to find that. Do you know what I mean? If I'm looking amongst my friends for some random high earner, but all of us do similar jobs, are they just going to wake up one morning, you never guess what? You know what I mean? It's a little bit...
You need to look outside
the
pool that we're looking in.
Say, do you know what? There's no men out there. I do believe there's a scarcity. I know it's quite difficult meeting people, but I think sometimes when you make the effort to get out there and find out what else is out there, because what you find is that the area you grow up in, what you know is kind of what you stick to. Do you know what I mean? So you don't break beyond what you know. Everyone's comfort zone is what they know. So they kind of try and find their home and their spouse and all the rest of it in the confines of what they know.
For familiarity.
Exactly.
Basically.
And it's natural to want what you're familiar with. It's a bit scary going out there, but at the same breath, it's like, have you tried?
I was listening to Diary of a CEO podcast, and he interviewed a matchmaker, and the matchmaker was saying that literally, like, what you're looking for is in like your 120th friend. Like, it's not, you're not going to find it amongst your close family. You already know everything about them. You know who they are. It's someone that's far off, that maybe their cousin is interested in you, or their cousin works for a company that is what you need, or just like it's in people further afield. So it's actually, you invest a lot of time in people close to you, but actually invest time in your acquaintances and people that are further away, because then they have the answers that you need. You're so interesting, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, I love that.
We've gone around the house.
I feel like, on that note, that's a good one to wrap it up, guys, and get your opinion on the matter. Do you think that modern women are too masculine? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe. We are Mums in Melanin. Bye, y'all.
Bye.